Hello everyone. In today's video, I will discuss about aggregate functions, group by and having clause in Oracle SQL. Now, what are aggregate functions? So, aggregate function are basically returns one value after calculating multiple values of a column in any table. So, aggregate function can be sum, average, max, mean, and count. Okay. Now, let's see how we can use aggregate function. So, for that, I will use a table called products table that I have created earlier. So products, in products table you can see a price column is there. So now I want to calculate this price column. Suppose I want to find the sum of all the prices. So then we have to use one aggregate function called sum. So just mention sum of price. So it will fetch it will give you the total price, like sum of all the prices. Okay, then also you can use the one more aggregate function that is called average. So avg of price, so it will give you the average of all the prices of that particular price column. Okay, uh, then also you have uh, max aggregate function. So max will basically give you the maximum price of all the values. Also you have minimum aggregate function. So minimum mean will give you the minimum of all the prices. Okay, so let's query this. You can see, so these are the four columns. So sum of prices, average of prices, maximum prices, and minimum prices. So apart from this aggregate function, also we have one more aggregate function that is called count. So if you want to find out like how many price are there, so then you can just use count price. Or also you can mention any columns, like uh, you can mention product name, product column, any column you can mention in count. So it will give you the total uh, values that are available in that particular column. Okay, and also you can mention count star. So count star, what is this count star? So count star will basically give you the total number of rows available in that particular table. Okay, so either you can mention count column name or count star. So count column name will give you the total number of counts, total number of values for that particular column. Count star will give you the total number of rows for that particular table. Okay, so in this case, I think both the values will be 6. So you can see, so total 6 prices are available. Also total 6 rows are available for my table products. Okay, so this is about aggregate function. Then I will tell you about group by clause. So before discussing group by clause, I will again query my products table. Okay, so till now we have calculated the sum or average or max or mean, all these aggregate function for all the values, in this products table. Okay, now if I want to find the sum based on the category, suppose I want to calculate the sum for the electronics products separately, furniture products separately, and fashion products separately. So for the electronics product category, what is the sum of price? The sum of price is 50,000 plus 24,000, that is 74,000. For the furniture category, you can see again two rows are there, and the sum is 5 plus 8, that is 13,000. For the fashion category, you can see sum is 1 plus 2, 3,000. Okay, so I want to find out the sum for the electronics category, furniture category, and fashion category products separately. Then you have to use the group by clause. Okay, so you can use select sum of price, then group by, you have to mention group by, and then column name, like for which field you want to group by the sum of price. Okay, so I want to find the sum of the price for each category. Okay, so that is why I'm using using select sum of price from products group by category. Okay, so just query this, you will get, so there are three categories, and for each categories I am getting the sum. Like this is the sum for electronics category, this is the sum for fashion category, and this is the sum for furniture category. Okay, so also you can mention the column name here, like for which you are using the group by. So I am using the group by for category column. So after sum of price you can mention the category. So then you can see if you are getting seven the sum of price 74,000 for electronics category, 13,000 this is the sum for furniture category, and 3,000 is the sum for fashion category. Okay, so that is how you can use the group by clause. Also, let's take one more example. Suppose let's take an example for count. So let's do the count star. So count star from product, so how many count star will give you the row count. Okay, so there are six rows, total six rows are there. Okay, in my table. Now i want to I want to find out uh, the row count for uh, by using the group by rating column. Okay, so just write group by rating. Okay, and also mention the rating field after count star. Then query this, you will get, so there are total six rows are there. Out of this six row, four rows is having rating 4, one row is having rating 5, and one row is having rating 3. Okay, so there are total three types of rating: rating 4, rating 5, and rating 3. For rating 4 we have four rows, for rating 5 we have one row, and for rating 3 we have one row. Okay, so this is how you can use the group by. Now let's move to having clause. What is having clause, and why, how we should use the having clause. Okay, so having is basically if you want to filter, if you want to filter the data after using the group by. Okay, like I'm telling you, suppose this is the this is the group by query that I have used previously. So select sum of price category from products group by category. So you can see uh, there are three sum of price, as there are three categories are there. So for electronics we have this sum of price, for furniture and for fashion we have this sum of price. Now after using this group by clause, suppose uh, if you want to add a condition using the aggregate function. Okay, then you have to use the having clause. So what is this? Suppose after the group by you want to add, a condition like your sum of price uh, must be greater than 15,000. Okay, or must be greater than suppose 10,000. Okay, so after the group by you want to add the condition, like you want to fetch only that record where your sum of price is greater than 10,000. Okay, then here you have to use the having clause. Okay, so having clause is there if you want to add the condition of aggregate function after using the group by. Okay, you can see after using the group by I am adding the condition of aggregate function, like having sum of price greater than 10,000. So you can see here three categories are there. For three categories we have these categories is greater than 10,000, 13,000 is also greater than 10,000, but 3,000 is not greater than 10,000. So if I query this the third row will be excluded. Okay, only first row will be appeared. Okay, so let's see, you can see, so only two rows are there. The sum of price of fashion category, that is 3,000, is excluded from our list. So that is how you can use the having clause. Okay, let's take one more example, that is using the count and group by of rating. So select count star rating. So you can see group by your rating. Now here you can see three records are there. uh, I have already told you that there are rating 4 is having 4 rows, rating 5 is having 1 row, and rating 3 is having 1 row. Now uh, I want to fetch the count where the count is greater than 1. Okay, so for that you can mention the having clause. You can add that condition in the having clause. So having count star is greater than 1. So that means uh, only that records will be appeared where your row count is greater than 1, and you can see from the records that only the first record will be appeared, because only the first record is having the row count greater than 1, that is 4. The rest of the two rows having the count as 1. Okay, so that means if you want to add the condition after the group by and the condition related to aggregate function condition, then you have to use the having clause. So let's run this. You can see only one row is there. Okay, so this is all about aggregate function, group by, and having clause. Thank you so much.